Welcome everyone to the Hungaroring for the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine. We begin the second half of the season, a brilliant first 5 rounds to kick us off in 2022. What will the next 5 provide? We're going to start at the Hungaroring, a brand new circuit for the championship, our first ever visit here, and as such, 23 of the 33 drivers on the grid making their debut around this hugely challenging circuit. All the drivers love the circuit, but have said it's incredibly difficult to drive, particularly the second sector. They call it Monaco without the walls. Fans are gathering in, plenty of support around today. We are here to support the International GT Open. There you can see the cars making their way up towards the start-finish line to get on the grid. While we have some time before the race is going to get underway, we're due to get underway in just over 8 minutes time. We have had some changes made to the grid for this round, so we'll quickly run through those for you. Some drivers in new colours, some returning drivers from last year as well, and sadly some drivers not with us this weekend. So to quickly run you through it for those of you who weren't with us in qualifying. Owen Tangavelu has parted ways with G4. He has jumped across to the RPM team. He has replaced Keith Donegan. Keith has stepped out of the car and is going to focus on running the team. He is the team manager, and as such, Keith Donegan has stepped out to allow Owen to jump in that car. And RPM will also be running 3 cars as well now. Andrea Rosso has made a surprise return to the grid. He raced last year with FA Racing, getting a best result of 5th place at Paul Ricard. And Andrea Rosso, who announced that he was retiring from the sport back in April, has come back, and he is here this weekend with RPM. At MP Motorsport, sadly no Delano Van Hoff. He continues to suffer with injury after surgery on his collarbone. Michael Belov is not racing due to personal reasons. As such, Francesco Braschi has taken the opportunity to fill the seat of Delano Van Hoff this weekend, leaving KIC Motorsport briefly. Han Chen Yu at Monolite will not race this weekend after testing positive for COVID-19, and we wish him all the best. I'm sure he will be back with us at the next round. So overall, that leaves 33 drivers on the grid. G4, KIC, MP and Monolite will all be running 2 cars due to the above changes. So as we said, some drivers in different colours, some drivers returning to the grid. Drivers making their way now onto the grid. A fascinating qualifying session. If you weren't with us earlier, we have a driver who is starting on pole position for the very first time, and a team who are starting on pole position for the very first time as well. There you can see Paul Aron. He's no stranger to the front of the grid, is looking for a hat-trick of ruins. He's going to be starting on the front row. Technically, he'll be on the inside of the grid, but he will be further back on it. He's going to be starting in 2nd place, and starting on pole position for the very first time in his FRECA career will be Kaz Havercourt. It's the first time Van Amersfoort Racing have started in that position. Their last win at this level came in the Formula Regional European Championship in 2020 back at Vallelunga with Dennis Hauger. There you can see Kaz Havercourt. I'm sure nerves are rising from him, but he's been on the podium in the last 3 rounds. He's been 3rd, he's been 2nd twice. Can he now get on the top step? There we can see Paul Aron, 36 points behind his teammate Dino Beganovic in the race for the title, and Dino starts outside of the top 10. Points only go to the top 10 as well. Gabriele Mini, he's been in the top 5 in every race at the last 3 rounds. The ART driver will start from 3rd on the grid. Starting 4th on the grid will be Hadrian David. We're yet to see him on the podium since Monaco. Can the Alpine Junior go and change that today? He's on the dirty side of the grid. Drivers think that is going to make a bit of a difference, particularly at this circuit. Let's see how he goes. Josh Dufek is the first of our rookies. There's plenty of them out there. He got his best ever qualifying. No rookie wins. He did get one on circuit at Zandvoort, but got a penalty post-race, unfortunately. Let's see if he can put that right today. There is Gabriel Bortoletto. Every race he's finished this year, he has done so inside the top 10. Let's see if the Brazilian can continue that consistent run here today. Leonardo Fornaroli will be on row number 4. He will be the first of the Trident drivers as well. He put in a really fantastic performance at Zandvoort, finishing in 5th place. It was his best result. It was the best result for the team as well. You might be able to see the red, white and blue car to the left of screen. That is one of the Trident cars. That's the car of Tim Tramnitz, who starts directly behind Leonardo Fornaroli. Alongside Fornaroli on row 4 will be his teammate Roman Belinsky with his best ever qualifying performance. He has been in the points once so far this season, and that came back at Paul Ricard when he got his first rookie win. Tim Tramnitz comes next, all 3 Trident drivers starting together. Here is your grid now on screen. Havercourt and Aron, Mini and David row 2, Dufek and Bortoletto on row number 3. Row number 4 will be the 2 Trident teammates, as I said, of Fornaroli and Belinsky. Tramnitz will come next after that. The 3 Trident drivers all in the top 10. Esteban Masson comes next, his best ever qualifying, his first time in the top 10. Our championship leader goes off P11. Sebastian Montoya, who took both rookie wins at Zandvoort, comes next. Then it's Laurens van Hoopen, really enjoying this circuit. Joshua Dirksen, who gained 17 places back at Zandvoort. He's next from Mari Boya and Lorenzo Flukes are the 2 Spaniards. Then it's Deli Gawanti and Tangavelu. Then we have Sami Megatuniv, who had a lap time deleted in qualifying, costing him dearly. Victor Bernier is next. Then it's Noel Leon, Santiago Ramos, Dudu Barrichello and Pietro Armani, who put in a great performance in qualifying, rounds out row 12. Mateus Zagazetto on his debut here. He's on row 13 with Maceo Capietto. Nico Baptiste, who's been making good progress over the weekend. He's on row 14 with Axel Noss. Francesco Braschi in the MP Motorsport car says he's still getting used to the MP car, but is getting more comfortable in every session. The home hero, Levente Rivets, the Hungarian, goes off P30. Andrea Rosso on his return to racing starts 31st. Hamda Al-Kabasi starts in 32nd. Piotr Wisnicki goes off the back of the grid. 33 drivers in total, 30 minutes plus a lap is the distance of the race. They have a push-to-pass system which they can use for those of you who are new to the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine. If you're fans of F2, F3, F1, we do not have a DRS system. Instead, we have a push-to-pass system. They get to use it 5 times throughout the race, which is activated by a button on their steering wheel. It gives them an extra 18 horsepower for 15 seconds. They can use it once they get to 4th gear, and they can use it 5 times throughout the race at their choice. The push-to-pass system will become available at the completion of lap 1, and after that they can use it whenever they like. On a safety car restart they can use it, but only when they cross the start-finish line. There were penalties given at Zandvoort because drivers used it before they reached the start-finish line, those going to Hadrian David and Josh Dufek, so I'm sure drivers will be keeping an eye on that this time. Push-to-pass has been a topic of conversation around the paddock. Been speaking to the drivers about it. Now, there's the view of the start-finish straight. Of course, the last corner leads on to that. They go through that last corner in 3rd gear, coming onto the start-finish straight. As soon as they go into 4th gear, then they can activate push-to-pass. So some of them don't think they will be able to use it until they are just coming up towards the start-finish line. So let's see what difference it makes. It's made a brilliant difference so far this season. I'm sure it's going to provide some absolutely fantastic racing. One thing to keep an eye on as well, you might have seen in the top left of screen where the clock is, 31 degrees it is out there. It is absolutely boiling. Speaking to the guys at Pirelli, they were very happy with how the tyres were coping, but one thing they did say is you've got to be tyres overheating as Paul Aron is slow away from the grid, but gets away okay. Take a breath. After that, I was getting very nervous for him there, and for the amount of fans he has here. Paul Aron is an absolute celebrity in Hungary. Anytime you go past a Prema garage, it is absolutely crowded with spectators, and Paul Aron, I don't exaggerate, had a queue of about 50 people all waiting to get a photo and a photo with him and an autograph with him. It was absolutely brilliant to see. The support for these drivers is fantastic, and on their behalf, on their sponsors' behalf, on the championship's behalf, and on their families' behalf. I like to thank every single person who does support these drivers. It means the absolute world to them. Believe me when I go and speak to them after they've had all the support from you guys. So thank you to the support that you give to the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine drivers. These are the next F3 drivers. 9 drivers from last year's season moved up this year. 2 of them already took pole position in the first 2 rounds. These are the next F2 drivers, and these indeed are the next Formula 1 drivers as well. We're going to see some fantastic racing. Now, one thing I did sort of steer away from there is the tyres. You've got to be careful if you're running close to someone that your tyres could start overheating slightly. So that's one thing that drivers did speak about throughout the race. It's a 30-minute race, but overall, Pirelli were very happy with how the tyres have been coping, and so far, they've been going very well throughout the season. Really tough circuit, though. This is the end of Sector 2. From turns 5 to 11, it is just non-stop. It's like being in a cart, left, right, all the way through. It's going to be a brilliant race. This is a great part of the circuit as well. The last 2 corners, you've got to get it nailed. It's an incline all the way up to the last corner. When you stood next to this part of the track, you really see the elevation change. But this brings us into the second half of the season. This kicks off round 6, Spa will be round 7, Red Bull Ring after that, then Barcelona, then Mugello. Who will be the champion when we get there? Some would have put their house on it being Dino Beganovic. He leads by 36 points, but he starts outside of the top 10. Points only go to the top 10. The man closest to him starts on the front row, and the man next along in the championship starts 3rd place, with Hadrian David 4th in the championship, starting in 4th place, and then the man 5th in the championship starts on pole position. So we could see some big changes today. It's also going to be about who gets a good launch off the line. The drivers starting 2nd, 4th, and so on, who are going to be on the inside row of the grid. That's the dirty part of the track. Some of them saying they might really suffer off the line. So let's see how they get on. It looks like the 33rd driver of Piotr Wisnicki is in place. The green flag has flown here at the Hungaroring. To the left of screen is Paul Aron, and to the right, his first time on pole position is Kaz Havercourt. We are go at the Hungaroring for race 1, round 6, and a bad launch. You can see just how hurt Paul Aron was off there, off the line. So much wheel spin on the dirty side of the track, and in the white and black ART, Gabriele Mini cruises through into 2nd. Josh Dufek's going to give this a go as well from row 3. He goes round the outside, and is Josh Dufek going to go into 3rd place in the orange and black? That's Josh Dufek. To the left of screen in the white and red, Paul Aron tries to go all the way around the outside. Brief contact there, and Aron is off. Aron is off, tries to recover now. He's tumbling down the top 10, and a disaster start there for Paul Aron. A brilliant start for Kaz Havercourt. He leads. Let's try and find the red and white of Paul Aron. He's dropped down to Tim Tramnitz, so he's in around 8th place. It looks like one of the other Premers going off, it seems. That's Sebastian Montoya, who went off and rejoined the circuit, but it's Kaz Havercourt who leads. Gabriele Mini is 2nd in the all-blue. Hadrian David's got the run on Dufek as they come up towards turn number 8 now. Are we going to see a change of 3rd place? Oh no, Hadrian David off there as well. Now going around the outside, I think that's Roman Belinsky in the Trident car, and Roman Belinsky is into 3rd place. The Polish driver up into 3rd place. He's taking his teammate with him as well in the 72, in the red and white, going down the inside there of Josh Dufek. Leonardo Fornaroli has gone through into 4th place. What a hectic start here at the Hungaroring. Hadrian David recovering. We've got to find out where Paul Aron is as well. He's tumbling down the order, it seems, but we'll catch him as they come across the line. There you can see the top 2 are away and clear as we make our way down the start-finish straight. There I can see Paul Aron. He's just in behind Tim Tramnitz. So it's Havercourt Mini, Belinsky, then Fornaroli, then Dufek, Beganovic is up to 6th place. Here comes Paul Aron, lunge down the inside of Tim Tramnik's brilliant move from the Estonian there. Paul Aron, the recovery has started there, but fighting back there is Tim Tramnik's push to pass is now activated. They can use push to pass. As I said, they can use it 5 times throughout the race. Hadrian David in the all blue there comes next. He's running in 9th place. Gabriel Bortoletto is 10th. The gap between the top two, 1.1 seconds, and it's a further 1.5 back to Roman Belinsky, who's the quickest driver on track on this lap. So Roman Belinsky dealing with that pressure very, very well so far. Into the chicane we go, and Roman Belinsky fighting with the car. Leonardo Fordaroli just behind, kicking up the grass there was Josh Dufek. Those three fighting not only for the last step on the podium, but for the rookie win as well as they come through turn number 10 now. They've got to be careful though, because Beganovic is coming for them. This is Dufek in 5th. Next in line is your championship leader. Then it's the man who started on the front row in Paul Aron. This is going to be an absolutely fascinating race. We've still got 26 minutes and 50 seconds of it to go. Watch for Beganovic there in the red and white. The first of them, surely he's going to be on the move on Josh Dufek next time we come down the start-finish straight. Here they come round the final corner now. There you can see Gabriel Bortoletto in the white and black R-Race GP. Just behind him next is Esteban Masson running in 11th place. Right, where is Beganovic? Is he close enough to make a move on Josh Dufek? Josh Dufek seems like he got a good run out the last corner, so good driving there from Josh Dufek, and he's going to hold on to position. Defending there, the number 9, Esteban Masson. Lawrence van Hoopen trying to go round the outside, not quite able to get through as they now make their way down towards turn number 2. Brilliant start. Here we can see, look to the left of screen, Paul Aron just gets a bad launch, and you can see all the wheel spin those guys on the inside got. Roman Belinsky though, look to the far left, the number 4, he got an absolutely brilliant launch, and Roman Belinsky fired through. This was then the brief contact, it seemed, a lock-up from Paul Aron there, got out of shape going into turn 2. Then this is what happened with Hadrian David, tried to go around the outside of Josh Dufek, side-by-side contact between them. Hadrian David goes off. I don't think you can really put anyone at fault there. Hadrian David trying to go around the outside of Josh Dufek, and they briefly touched wheels. There's Roman Belinsky though. Well, what a start he made off the line. Everyone else was spinning up the rears. Roman Belinsky was helping himself 2 positions as they did so. Down towards turn number 12 we go. 25 minutes left. Up in the top of the picture, one of the Arden drivers briefly off track. That looked like Joshua Dirksen, I think, just taking a brief trip off the grass. He's behind Lorenzo Fluxa. There's the Red Bull Junior of Noel Leon trying to get down the inside there of Sami Megatunov. Has he picked up front wing damage? It looked like a bit of bodywork was flying off in the air. Noel Leon a bit ambitious there with his move, was going for a gap that didn't really seem to exist, but Noel Leon thought he saw one. Now he's under pressure from Lorenzo Fluxa as they make their way down towards turn number 1. We've got to keep an eye on these 2 Prema drivers though, Dino Beganovic and Paul Aron. They are 1st and 2nd in the championship. They've got 3 rookies ahead of them as the race goes on. Surely they're going to try and put the pressure on. Brilliant move there, Sebastian Montoya defending. In fact, that might be from Sami Megatunov, and Sami Megatunov has gone through, changed for 14th place. So that was Montoya defending and locking up as such. Good tactical driving there from Megatunov to force Montoya into mistake, and that puts Megatunov up into 14th place. Noel Leon's gone with him to 15th, then it's Lorenzo Fluxa up to 16th. Here's a replay of the move by Noel Leon. Thought he saw a gap there, but the door was always going to be slammed in his face, and Sami Megatunov just didn't see him coming, did he? This was the side-by-side moment as Sebastian Montoya just locked up going in towards turn number 2, and unfortunately was not able to get that car stopped in time. Gap between your 2 leaders has stayed pretty stable while we've been focusing on that fight between our top 5. It's 1.2 seconds. And on this lap, Kaz Havercourt has just done a purple second sector, meaning that is the quickest second sector we have seen so far in this race. Incidents involving cars 13 and 26 will be investigated after the race. That is Josh Dufek and Hadrian David, the wheel-to-wheel contact that we saw. And we've also got 55 and 35 under investigation. As a move from Paul Aron, not quite, had to stop my sentence there, but Pietro Deligawanti and the number 35 of Nico Baptiste are under investigation for false starts, it seems. So usually everyone knows, well, racing fans who follow the sport very closely, shall I say, will know that when you see investigations for false starts, they usually are slam dunk penalties. So a shame there for Deligawanti. He's running down in 19th place. Nico Baptiste running down in 28th place. We did say Kaz Habacourt was quickest through the second sector. He provided that into a new fastest lap of the race, a 1:40.508 for him. 22 minutes left. Here we can see Hadrian David and Gabriel Bortoletto fighting over 8th place. Hadrian David just dropping away. Oh no, that's the number 70 of Tim Tramnitz. And that is 3 DNFs in a row. What a shame for Tim Tramnitz. Started in the top 10. And unfortunately, he's going to go no further in this race until the 3rd time in a row. Tim Tramnitz will not take the checkered flag. Had an absolutely disastrous weekend at Zandvoort. And unfortunately, his bad luck continues here at the Hungaroring. 21.5 minutes left. Aron had a sneaky look down the inside of Beganovic last time. Will he convert that into a move this time? Keep an eye on the 2 red and white cars at the top of screen. Aron feeling a little brave, just showing himself in the mirrors of Dino Beganovic there. Beganovic, though, he knows those tactics enough now. He's led enough laps this season to know exactly what Paul Aron is playing at. Roman Belinsky up in 3rd place, though. What a job this is from the driver who just gained his Polish citizenship, the Polish-British driver there in the number 4, making his debut at every circuit this season, bar Spa, where he went to last year in GB3 and won on his very first stab at it. Roman Belinsky doing a really good job so far. Finished in the points at Paul Ricard, picked up the rookie win with it as well. Stepped up from the GB3 championship. And in 3rd place so far, holding off his teammate Leonardo Fornaroli. Josh Dufek right there as well, doing a really good job himself. Finished 6th at Zandvoort in race number 1, but got a penalty post-race, came back and matched his best result of the season in race 2 to score his 2nd point of the season. So Josh Dufek on a really good run of form here as well, as are the Van Amersfoort Racing team. There's Laurens van Hoopen trying to pick up the last point. This is a big battle on track here. It's between Esteban Masson and Laurens van Hoopen. One driver who has scored points and one who hasn't. Esteban Masson yet to score points this season, the reigning French F4 champion. Laurens van Hoopen, however, has been inside the points as Paul Aron on the push-to-pass system there. Goes down the inside of Beganovic, but he's not going to get the car stopped in time. And Beganovic helps himself back through to 5th place. All of this is allowing the blue car, you'll see to the right of screen, keep an eye there, you see it, Hadrian David is getting closer and closer. He'll be egging these two on to fight even more and more. The gap back to Hadrian David is just under a second. Speaking of gaps, the gap between our 2 leaders is up to 1.6 now. And this is the fight for 6th place. It's the fight between the 2 championship leaders as well. Aron has to start beating Dino Beganovic. The gap is 36 points. He needs to keep taking points out of him, even if it's only a couple. He's desperate to get through the Mercedes Junior. There's the Alpine Junior. The Ferrari Driver Academy member leading the way of them, Dino Beganovic. Here we have a look back at Leonardo Fornaroli. Josh Dufek in the number 13. The Van Amersfoort driver, as I said, making really good progress this season. The whole team up, real good team spirit around them. The team, of course, jumping up to FIA Formula 2 and FIA Formula 3 for the first time this year. Going on to take some fantastic results in both of them as well. Here's a look at the move. It looks like Paul Aron was on the push to pass just to the pure sheer amount of speed he had over him, and that just caught him out. I think couldn't get the car stopped in time, and Dino Beganovic went back through. Round two, anyone? Let's see as they come down towards turn number one. Paul Aron this time doesn't quite manage to get the run, so he goes through. We're almost at half race distance. Here's a replay of Dino Beganovic, the Ferrari Driving Academy member, tipping his way through the chicane, just rattling over the curves there. You can see wrestling with the car. That part of the circuit, you really do have to fight with the car. As Josh Dufek, I tell you what, he's taken some time out of Leonardo Fornaroli here in fourth place. That number 72 car, Fornaroli, he was the one putting the pressure on Belinsky at one stage. The tables have now turned. Fornaroli is the one looking in his mirrors. Belinsky is getting away. He's got a gap all of a sudden there in third place. Oh, was Beganovic there nearly running wide? Someone ran wide up ahead of him. I think it was Fornaroli. Here's a replay further back. This is one of the MP cars. This is Francesco Braschi down the inside of Owen Tangavelu. Owen Tangavelu gets the switchback. They're fighting over 21st place. Braschi it is who came away with 21st place. Tangavelu going round the outside at turn number 2, side by side between them. And on the timing screens, Braschi being shown ahead for now, but great wheel-to-wheel racing between Braschi and Tangavelu. Two drivers in new colours this weekend. Braschi now in the all-orange MP car, and Tangavelu in the green and orange RPM car. Out of the final corner now is Fornaroli going to be under pressure here from Dufek. Is Dufek going to have a stab at him? The number 13 car gets closer and closer. In the background, Aron closing in on Beganovic, but Hadrian David is getting closer as well. Last time round, Beganovic did a 141.1, 141.05 for Aron, 141 flat for David. So he's closing in his Hadrian David, but only by thousandths of a second. The gap is 7.5 tenths between Hadrian David and Paul Aron. Soon we could have 3 of our top 4 in the championship, all fighting over 6th place. Meanwhile, the driver 5th in the standings leads the way by 2.2 seconds. We had the slippery surface flag going in towards the chicane there. Something that the drivers are going to have to be careful of. We have a black and white flag for number 75 as well, a warning for track limits going out there. That looks like that's gone to Andrea Rosso on his return. Just coming up towards the halfway stage now. Here's Gabriele Mini, not quite able to hold on to the pace of Kaz Habecourt so far. The gap is 2 seconds between them. And Gabriele Mini just doing his best. Really, he could do with a safety car in this race to get a run at Kaz Habecourt. But consistently scoring really good points, and he is going to be one of the winners in all of this. He'll move up to 2nd in the championship if things stay as they are. He'll move past Paul Aron, and he'll take points away from Beganovic as well. The point system, as Paul Aron, I think, had a look down the inside of Beganovic potentially there. We'll see if there's any moves. This is a little bit further back. This is the number 55 RPM car. Side-by-side action there. Victor Bernier being passed as they make their way down towards turn number 1. Deli Gawanti running wide on the brakes in the green and orange colours there, and Deli Gawanti rejoins, having lost a place to Sebastian Montoya. That round the outside is Santiago Ramos there in the black and red. Is he going to be able to go all the way around the outside? Here's Santiago Ramos. Yes, brilliant driving there from Ramos, and he goes through to take a place. So a bad run of corners there for Deli Gawanti. He has dropped down to 20th place after all of that. Here you can see these 4 fighting for 17th place. No points may be at stake, but a lot of pride at stake. Still see the slippery surface flag out, the red and yellow stripe flag. Seems to be coming back in now. Now, in terms of points, here we're going to take a look at the replay first. This was Sebastian Montoya in the red and white, trying to go around the outside of Victor Bernier, who politely showed him off the circuit. Deli Gawanti helped himself then in the green and orange to 2 places. Went round the outside, but Victor Bernier wasn't really having any of it, put the pressure on Deligoanti, who then made a mistake because of that, ran wide and dropped back 3 places. Fantastic racing between those 3. Dufek, is he close enough for a move? Is Aron close enough for a move? Clearly, the move we thought might have been at stake didn't happen. In the light blue there, Masson thinking about defending. He's running in 10th place. Just ahead of him is Gabriel Bortoletto. Now, points-wise, Gabriele Mini will score 18 points in second. Beganovic will score 8 points in 6th place, so he'll take 10 points away from him. That's how it will work. The gap is 39 points between those 2, so it will come down to 29 points. So still a fairly big change. Still quite a big loss, but a loss that could have been a lot worse. However, Mini still has 12 minutes to try and chase down a 2-second gap. Has Gabriele been saving his tyres? Will Kaz Havercourt fall away? Who knows? We'll find out over the next 12 minutes or so. Here we can see the battle for the very last point, though. It's being led by Esteban Masson so far. However, behind him, desperate to get in, is Laurens van Hoopen. His mentor, Nick de Vries, a former winner around this circuit, won here back in 2013 with Carinen GP. As we return to the 2 title rivals, going round the final corner now. Paul Aron looked to get a really good run here. I think Dino Beganovic could be in a bit of trouble now as they come down the start-finish straight. This is the closest Paul Aron has been for a little while, and Beganovic knows it. He's thinking about defending. Paul Aron, is he going to go for it under braking? Beganovic defends. Paul Aron gets a little bit closer, but unable to get through. Well, he's saving his push to pass, clearly. Neither of them used push to pass there, unless they both used it. I don't think either of them used it. They're saving it for the end of the race. However, that's an all-blue car getting closer, isn't it? I know some of you are probably saying that at home. Hadrian David is getting closer all the time here. He's there in 8th place, and that gap, last time I updated you with the gap, was 7/10. There's no way that is 7/10 now. That's a car length between Aron and Hadrian David. There he is in the all-blue. Has he saved up a lot of push to pass? They get 5 throughout the race. How many are they going to have left? We've had no safety cars. So it's who's going to have the most left come the last couple of laps. Hadrian David just running a little bit wide, coming through 8 there, and you can see what that does to him out of turn 9. He ran a little bit wide on the rumble strips on the AstroTurf, and all of a sudden that 1 car length gap becomes 3. And that's how easy it is to make a mistake here. Around the Hungaroring is Esteban Masson, up in the top of picture, ran wide. There they come into the brakes in the top right of screen. Esteban Masson just holding on to that position for now. Less than 10 to go. Leader comes across the line, Kaz Havercourt. Gabriele Mini now 3 seconds back. Kaz Havercourt, this is now becoming his race to lose. He seems to have more pace than anyone around the Hungaroring today. Absolutely flying out front as they go past the commentary box window. Will we see any changes between our 2 title rivals? Bielinski, his gap over Leonardo Fornaroli is 1.1 seconds. However, Leonardo Fornaroli last time took 2/10 out of Roman Bielinski. Fornaroli is fighting back here. He wants that podium place off his teammate. There goes Gabriele Mini, 2.5 tenths quicker last time round. Makes his way now round turn number 5. Through the second sector we go. Plenty to watch here. Aron still on the back of Dino Beganovic. Gabriele Mini, I think, would take a second place. It would be a hat-trick of podiums. What happened here? Oh, that's Francesco Braschi just running wide. He's in an RPM sandwich there between Pietro Deligoanti and Owen Tangavelu. Braschi doing a good job, it has to be said, running in 22nd place. Running along well in this race, given he started all the way down in 29th. Credit to Francesco Braschi, he's gained 7 so far in this race. best result of 17th for him so far this season. He had a good run at Zandvoort, actually made decent progress in race 2, finishing 23rd. And he's reflecting that once again, up to 22nd. I think MP will be happy with what they're seeing. Clearly, he is getting more comfortable in that car all the time. But here comes our battle for third. Is it going to be a battle very soon? The gap has stayed at 1.1 seconds as they cross the line. Dufek putting a little bit of pressure. Roman Belinsky fans will just want Dufek to make a move down the inside of Fornaroli and turn this into a fight. Belinsky will then be away and clear. Fornaroli will just want Dufek to go with him. Here they come through turn number 2. Absolutely fascinating race this, isn't it? Up in the top of screen, there we can see Beganovic and Aron still fighting away for 6th place. David next. Here we go through turn number 5. So, Dufek versus Fornaroli. It's going to come down. Push to pass is going to be starting to come into play very soon. 5 they get to use. Who's got the most left come the end of the race? 3 rookies all in a line, fighting for 3rd place. Are they being caught by Beganovic? Beganovic is 1.2 seconds back. I tell you what, he was quicker last time. He was 2/10 quicker than this group last time. Beganovic, now the pressure has been relieved of Paul Aron slightly. He's starting to catch Josh Dufek here. There he is, goes through shot. Here is Gabriel Bortoleto. We've not really talked about him enough. Now, Gabriel Bortoleto had his first ever DNF in FRECA at Zandvoort in race 1, unfortunately, when when he had contact in the race. But then returned to his form. Other than that one DNF at Zandvoort, he's finished in the top 10 in every single race so far this season. And that is why we call him Mr. Consistent. He's right there in 9th place. If this all kicks off, the Brazilian could be helping himself to some places. The start of the race might have not gone so well for him. But who knows, maybe the end might. Downhill they drop. Up now through turn number 4. Belinsky, good lap from him last time around. 131, 141.6, but another good lap from Beganovic. Gets a little bit closer to these guys once more. Time is running out though. 5.5 plus a lap remaining. Through the chicane now, Beganovic has got to deal with that pressure from Aron. Is Aron just waiting for him to potentially try and make a move? Oh no, contact there between Sami Megatunif and Mari Boya. Sadly, it's just not gone Mari Boya's way today at all. That's a change of 12th place. I'll tell you what, Sami Megatunif on a charge, started in 19th. He's now up to 12th and only 1 second back from the fight for 10th. Last time around, Sami Megatunif did a 142.1. Could he close in and steal a point here? Sami Megatunif has been there or thereabouts all season. He's had a habit of finishing just outside the points. It seems that might happen again, but it's only a matter of time before those 11th and 12th place finishes turn into 4th and 5th place finishes, or maybe even more. All right, Fornaroli's had enough now. He's decided it's time to defend, and Dufek, this is your chance now. Is he going to go for a move? That's released Belinsky. Belinsky can go now. He's got to try and take advantage of this as Fornaroli defends, as Dufek tries to get down the inside in towards 2. The Prema teammates will be coming for them now. This is going to be a 4-way fight potentially for 4th place going into the last 4 minutes. Hadrian David is falling away. His tyres seem to be going off. He's falling into the clutches as well of Gabriel Bortoleto. A bad lap from him last time around. He's 1.5 seconds back from Aron now. Less than a second back from him is Bortoleto. We could have a fight for 8th place going on there. Is Dufek going to pull out a push to pass next time around? Here they come, through turn number 9, up towards turn 10. Flat out through there, into 11, and now down towards turn number 12. You get a good run down here, you can make a move. but they'll be waiting for that start-finish straight. Then they will use the push to pass. Leonardo Fornaroli, who had an 8th and a 5th at Zandvoort. The best ever result that was for the Trident team, that 5th place that he got at Zandvoort. A fantastic weekend for them, but it seems that result could be improved here. Will Trident, a new team to the grid this year, along with RPM, are they about to get their first ever podium? And is that going to be delivered for them by Roman Belinsky? Van Amersfoort watching on. Here comes Kaz Havercourt up the hill. He's driven absolutely superbly so far, has Kaz Havercourt, the Spanish F4 champion back in 2020 in his debut season. Had a good season last year as well, finishing 16th in the championship, but put in some great performances. Here we can see Gabriele Mini. This will be 3 podiums. 4 podiums make that in a row for Gabriele Mini, if he can stay where he is by the checkered flag. Fantastic run for him. He took a win at Paul Ricard, 3rd and 2nd last time out at Zandvoort. Can he start his weekend with another 2nd place finish? What about the fight for 4th place though? Leonardo Fornaroli, it looks like with 1:40 being the lap times, it's going to be 2 to go as we cross the line. 2 laps for Kaz Havercourt to hold on. Gabriele Mini cruising in 2nd place. Just goes to show the pace these two have over the rest of the field. 12.2 seconds behind Mini is Belinsky. Kaz Havercourt is 16 seconds ahead of Roman Belinsky in 3rd. Absolutely fantastic performance from Kaz Havercourt. He has driven superbly so far, as he now makes his way downhill. 2nd on home soil last time. We've had Dutch winners here in the past. Nick de Vries, a winner round here before, as we mentioned, in 2014. Robin Freins has also won here at this level as well. Are we going to see another Dutch winner in the shape of Kaz Havercourt, who just feels at home with the Van Amersfoort racing team? Robin Freins, who won here back in 2011. Will just be one more tour of the circuit. What about Roman Belinsky? Will we see him get on the podium as well? I dread to think what his father Henry is going through right now. He is going to be in bits. Roman Belinsky's dad, I don't think he'll even be watching this race. I don't know what will be going through his mind. But is he about to be celebrating his son take a podium as Kaz Havercourt takes us on to the final lap? One more tour of the circuit. Kaz Havercourt, who's been absolutely fantastic. Flawless performance from him so far. Makes his way down towards turn number 2. I see the battle for 3rd go past the commentary box window. Beganovic has dropped back from Aron. Aron is all over the back of Dufek. Will we see a change for 5th on the last lap there? We'll have to keep an eye on it on the timing screens, but for now we focus on our race leader. He makes his way up the hill through turn number 4. Van Amersfoort Racing, who have never won round here at this level. As I mentioned at the start of the show, their last win at this level came in the Formula Regional European Championship back in 2020. That was at Vallelunga, the season closer with Dennis Hauger. Are we going to see Kaz Havercourt get them their first win in a year and a half? They'll be crowding round the pit wall now. I'm sure they've put in so much hard work Gabriele Mini just has to sail home. The gap between Belinsky and Fornaroli is coming down. Are we going to see Roman Belinsky take his first ever podium in the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine? We'll find out shortly. For now, though, we must focus on this man, Kaz Havercourt. It's been a flawless performance, and what a way to take your first win. Lights the flag. Kaz Havercourt comes across the line to take the win in Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine at the Hungaroring. His first win. Gabriele Mini is second, and round the final corner, he's just going to hold on. Roman Belinsky out the final corner. He's going to take his first ever podium. A first podium for Trident. Roman Belinsky leads his teammate across the line, and Roman Belinsky will stand on the podium with Kaz Havercourt and Gabriele Mini. What a performance from the Polish driver. Leonardo Fornaroli in fourth, Josh Dufek in fifth. Fantastic performances from all three rookies there to hold off the likes of Paul Aron in sixth and Beganovic in seventh, who swapped places there towards the end of the race. Paul Aron getting ahead of his championship rival. That happening out of sight. Paul Aron finishes in sixth place, gets past Beganovic to take some points out of him in the championship as well. Well done to the Estonian Beganovic in a race where he started out of the top 10. Will be happy to come across the line and take some decent points. Hadrian David in the points once more. Likewise, Gabriel Bortoletto. And Esteban Masson takes his first ever point in the championship. A well done to the Frenchman. He finishes in P10. Finishing in 11th place was Lawrence Van Hoopen. Sami Megatuniv, well done. 19th to 12th. Brilliant performance from him. Mari Boyer 13th after contact with Megatuniv, which was noted by the stewards. Then we had Noel Leon in 14th, Lorenzo Fluxa with 15th. Behind that, Joshua Dirksen 16th, Sebastian Montoya 17th, Victor Bernier 18th, Owen Tangavellu 19th, Santiago Ramos 20th, Pietro Deligoanti was 21st, and it was Levente Rivets, Francesco Braschi, Pietro Armani, Mateus Zagazzetta, Maceo Capietto, Andrea Rosso. Welcome back. I hope you stick around. 27th place for him. Piotr Wisnicki was next after that. And we have Axel Noss, Nicolo Baptiste, Hamder Al-Kabasi, Tim Tramnitz, an unfortunate retirement for him. Likewise for Dudu Barrichello. There's our winner, his first ever win, I'm sure, not his last. What a performance. 19 seconds ahead of Roman Belinsky in third. How about that? It would shock anyone if they told you that was his first win, the way he is driven. Pole position earlier and a win for Kaz Havercourt. Did it in style as well. He never, ever looked like getting beat, did he? He pulls into the first place, and Kaz Havercourt is on an absolute mission in this season. 4 podiums in the last 4 rounds. He switched to the Van Amersfoort Racing team, a team that means a lot to him. He wanted to get them onto the top step, and he's achieved their first ever championship. And he celebrates with the team. Well done to that team as well. They put a lot of hard work in, and that their first win in the championship. And likewise, I'm sure it won't be their last. 4 podiums in a row for Gabriele Mini, who closes the gap to Dino Beganovic in the championship. He's taken 12 points out of him. That brings the gap down to about 20. I think that'll be 27 points between them in the championship now. Almost 1 race win between them. And finishing in third place, I don't think we've seen him yet. Roman Belinsky, I'm sure we will soon. There he is. Roman Belinsky in third. There's his father Henry, an emotional moment between them. I bet he can't believe it.
From
from you.
An absolutely fantastic performance. It all came from that start for Roman Belinsky in 8th place. What a launch off the line. Well done to him. Took advantage, got through to third, and just held off the rest of the field. Well done to Kaz. Here's the start then. Great start from Kaz Havercourt. Watch to the left of screen. There you see the red, white and blue of Belinsky going through and picking up about 3 places as Paul Aron to the left of screen is going to drop positions. Watch as he gets out of shape here. There you can see he gets out of shape under braking. That sees him runs wide. He drops down the lower order of the top 10. Roman Belinsky, meanwhile, helped himself up to third place. Fornaroli went through to fourth. Josh Dufek through to fifth place. This was contact between Montoya and Bernier. Deligawanti tried to go round the outside of the pair of them. Wasn't quite able to get through. Got through on the push to pass, but then pushed too much into turn one and ran wide under braking. Then we had more side-by-side action. This was some of the action on a little bit further back. Great four-way fight going on for just outside of the points. This was the move then. Aron down the inside of Viganovic. Bit of contact between them. Oh, getting his elbows out there, wasn't he? Brilliant move, though, from Paul Aron. That's a fight for the championship move. Kind of move there from Paul Aron, wasn't it? But out the final corner, Kaz Havercourt is now a race winner in the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine, and so are the Van Amersfoort Racing Team and Trident are now podium finishers as well with Roman Belinsky. Kaz Havercourt, though, gets out, third Dutch winner at this level, at this circuit, and a first win for Van Amersfoort since Vallelunga in 2020. Well, people just catching their breath back after that one. What a superb race. I really do hope you all enjoyed it. We do have the podium celebrations to come. Here are your top three, though, the men we're going to be seeing them on it. We always see our rookie winner with the top three. The difference this time is our rookie winner is one of the top three, Roman Belinsky. Gabriele Mini, 4 podiums in a row. Can he be stopped? Absolutely on a mission this season. He is hunting down Dino Beganovic, but so is Kaz Havercourt. Don't count this man out. He is one, and he is going to be very, very hard to beat tomorrow, isn't he? Superb performance from the Dutchman. There are the cars. The celebrations will be getting going very shortly. We will do this all again tomorrow. I really do hope you can join us before the celebrations get underway. Qualifying tomorrow will be at 9:55 local time here in Hungary, and the race will be at 40 minutes past 4 local time. So I do hope you can join us. We run the same format again, 15 minutes for each group, and qualifying 30 minutes plus a lap for the race as well. So it's a complete reset, really, which is a good format. So if you've had a bad day today, it doesn't affect you tomorrow. You could go back tonight, just reset completely, go out and qualifying tomorrow, go and get yourself a good grid slot for race number 2 and recover a good result. Let's get the podium celebrations underway. Here comes Roman Belinsky, rookie winner, his second rookie win of the season, his first podium of the season, though, his first top 3 finish. Several podiums for this man now, Gabriele Mini. This is his 7th visit to the podium this season. Kaz Havercourt comes out onto the podium. It's the 4th visit for him to the podium this season, and his 4th in as many rounds. Van Amersfoort, team winners, Dutch national anthem. Well done to Kaz Havercourt. That is all we have time for, I'm afraid, here at the Hungaroring. Thank you very much for joining us. We will see you tomorrow.